Good. What are you saying? It's a little bit hazy, this video. But I'm looking fresh. Fresh as a daisy, pardon me. I don't know. Anyway, so upon the play, upon my grave. Oh no, over my dead body. So, what was I going to say? Listen, I was raised in Southeast London. The reason that I say that is because I grew up in Jamaican households, Nigerian households, Ghanaian households. Yeah, heavily influenced who I am and my life. Because wonderfully, London is very diverse and a melting pot. Having said that, what I will say is this. I live somewhere where we get a lot of global tourism. Israelis, you're letting your team down, right? Because the general consensus is that sometimes you can be incredibly rude and think that the world revolves around you and that you're entitled to treat people like shit. Yeah, there's this not thinking about other people's personal space. How you're impacting other people, and just generally not giving a shit. So yeah, that's kind of, once again, not every Israeli is doing that. Sweeping generalization, but it. I don't know. I can often spot an Israeli a mile off by the rudeness that they're bringing to the table. So do better, is what I'm going to say. Don't call me an anti-Semite because my granddad was a Jew. Let's stop killing people in Gaza and fuck alligator Alcatraz and stop. It's 2025. So what is going on? To sound like a conspiracy theorist, but the word conspiracy theorist, for the phrase, was coined by the CIA in order to disempower people, or disempower people's claims, because that's what people do. As a way to discredit. So that is that. Yeah, but the world is being kind of puppeteered by some shitty people, an elite group of people who are doing some terrible fucking things, and they don't give a shit about killing people. It's 2025. We shouldn't be doing these things. Now, that brings me onto the word of the day, which is about courage, right? Sometimes you've got to have courage to stand up and not take any shit and tell people about themselves, yeah? Which is why, actually, I really enjoy the fact that I grew up with Jamaicans, Nigerians, Ghanaians, right? There was a lot of Jamaican people that came over to London in the Windrush in the 1970s, right? I was born in the 1980s. So, once again, heavily influenced me, that culture. And what I love about Jamaican culture is that realness, rawness, standing up, speaking, cussing somebody the fuck out if they need it, like I did with that stalker bitch that came to my space and invaded my personal space, tried to gaslight me. Crazy. You still can't be a they them. Well, you can still try to be a they them, but you can't change your damn gender. Sorry, as much as you think it. If that makes you emotionally butthurt, don't change your name, don't change your gender. Stop trying to be something that you're not. Accept yourself. And don't walk around diagnosing people as a therapist and thinking that it's okay when you go to them. Manipulation, control tactics, man. You're meant to be a therapist. You need your license revoked. Crazy. And one thing I will say is, so this crazy girl, which obviously you've seen, saw me online, then ended up, had a session with me, tried to tell me that I told her what I could see, which is, I'm not going to go into that. But she didn't like what I said. She then tried to send me a message 2-3 days later telling me about my mental health when I didn't even come to you. And what gives you the fucking right to think that you can walk around diagnosing people as a professional therapist? She then flew here. Then you've overstepped a boundary and I'm going to cuss you the fuck out. And you deserve it. Don't do what you did. So that's enough about that. But anyway, courage. Have the courage to stand strong by your convictions, because once again, people will fuck around with you. Yeah. And unfortunately, we don't want to believe that they do that, but they do that. And if you ain't got boundaries, I posted a thing on Facebook today, right, saying that even roses have thorns. Oh shit! Even roses have thorns. You need to be able to protect yourself. I wish that there wasn't shitty people in the world doing fucking terrible things, yeah, but there are. And the that's what my eye tattoo is about. The fact that um, this isn't working. The fact that um, if there are people that will wish harm on you and want you to fail, want you to fall over, want you to fuck up, and when you're there, they will kick you when you're down. Nasty people, malicious, nasty people. Now, listen, I know this, right? That if you are connected to God, you will be okay because that karma will go back to them. But let's not get it twisted. There are horrible people that are doing some horrible things out there. To go back to Alligator Alcatraz, to go back to Israel, to go back to the fact that, how can you sleep at night knowing that there are kids dying in Gaza and you tuck your kids in at night and you can decompartmentalize those atrocities? That's insanity to me. It's also insanity to me that you're a medical professional who's meant to understand biology and you're telling people that they can change their gender and you're helping them to cut off their private parts. Insanity. And if you are a medical professional or a therapist that's doing that, you are hurting people. You're not helping them. Stand up. Be courageous. I love Candace Owens. She's very controversial, but she's whistleblowing on these people that are essentially, a lot of them come from rich family lines, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, all those motherfuckers who have a lot of influence in the media, a lot of influence worldwide, a lot of influence in the music industry, in lots of different global politics, the French, well, most of world politics really, but the French system is really coming out at the moment with Brigitte Macron and Emmanuel Macron. Once again, Candace Owens doing some fucking incredible work. So yeah, this is juicy, this video. So yeah, it's a little bit. We need courage of conviction for people to stand up. But these elite people that are in charge, the ones that are sex trafficking people, the ones that are okay with people dying, we need to not turn a blind eye to it and pretend that it's not happening, because some of these things are happening. This is what my eye tattoo is about, right? The moments in my life where I have seen somebody clearly and not listened to myself, I ended up getting fucked over, which is what happened with that crazy stalker hoe, even though I saw her a mile off, but I still tried to help her because I thought that maybe she would be open-minded. And then this crazy hoe, once again, once she came here, once I cussed her out, she found somebody here who is a bully and throws her weight around because she wants to control men. She bullied me out of a space that I worked in. And I said, fuck it, do it, because that karma's going to come back round, and I ended up in this office. But she's just not a good person. And she found somebody to jump on the bandwagon, and they went and got a fucking restraining order because I cussed this bitch out. And I didn't even cuss her out to her face. I cussed her out on the phone. And then I said that she was projecting all of her shit onto me, and she could fuck off. And I stand by it. I say it again. But once again, on a micro level, once again, I have experienced, people that are willing to fuck you over and try to destroy your life because they are unhappy and they got paid, right? So that's that on a small level. On a large level, we got people who are willing to kill thousands of people, and they think that that is okay. So there are bad people out there, and when you see it, listen and look and know that what you see is true, and trust your intuition and trust your gut. And then don't be afraid to stand up and say the truth, to have the courage of your convictions, to tell people to fuck off, to let them know I am not the one. Yeah? Because if you come to me and do things like that, right, I will cuss you out. And Secondly, the people that came to see me were very wonderful, helpful, amazing people. They saw that you were nuts crazy, and I ended up giving them readings from spirit, from their loved ones. And that's how God works in mysterious ways and divine perfection. So, that I think is that. If you want to work with me, I don't always do rants, but hey ho, whatever is what it is. KyleTreslove.com. If you want to give for these videos, you can PayPal at Kyle Treslove. So yeah, and also, I mean, people are trying to silence people and cut off their free speech. Right? I use my social media platforms, my YouTube, my Facebook, whatever, to say what the fuck I want. Yeah, and I'll keep doing it. There ain't nobody silencing me. You can try. You can try, but it ain't fucking gonna work. So don't let nobody else do that to you. If you have been silenced in your life, if other people have tried to squash your spirit, squash your soul because they are deeply unhappy and they are deeply in pain, they can go fuck themselves. You know, tell them from me. If you want to give for these videos, PayPal at Kyle Treslove. Like I will always say, remember, all is good, all is God, all is love. I hope there's going to be some positive, fucking happy content. I have to just go with the flow of what is in me to come out. That's the way that I work. That's the way that I read. You know, you have to follow the space, follow the energy. But yeah, I will be making some videos about psychic ability and how it works and how it operates. I did a lot of that as well. I am kind of using this as a vlog space though on my YouTube. So yeah, so that is that. Like I will always say, remember, all is good, all is God, all is love. Until we connect again soon in a bit.